each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Whine a cat. Whine a cat. Hey, I'm a whine a cat. All right. Yeah, I'm going to have to make some rules in that group. All right. Hello. Hello. So we're going to talk about the pros and cons of hitchhiking. Tell me who's saying that one, and I'll give you an attaboy also. I'll give you a hint. He wrote The Wall. All right. I have not shared on Facebook yet. Not that I fucking care. I have most of my people on YouTube now. So I'm going to tell you, it's been nice not to be on. Where? Okay. Okay. There. Now I can get back to sharing. It's been nice not to be on Facebook so much. Good morning, Daryl.
Morning.
Did you get some sleep?
Yes.
Good. Good. Glad to hear that, brother.
Me too.
I'm just not, but a more important question, did the wife get sleep?
Yes, still is.
Okay, even better. I know people, they're like, because I am of the club of happy wife, happy life. And yeah.
I agree.
Yep. I'm of that one honky. It's my only lap cat. The only cat that sits in my lap. I can get it. Yeah, I suck at this, obviously. Say hi, Bastion. Hi. All right.
Little one's
What is
running
this?
around here somewhere.
He's like, oh, you're on camera, Dad. Thank you. I love you.
What's up, Leisure?
You look like you're in the mafia today or something.
Oh, me?
You got a necklace. It looks like you got a necklace on us. I'm just.
Oh, I do. It's the
I'm just.
it's the cross my dad was wearing when he passed.
Nice, man. See, it's cool to know this stuff, dude. I can't open the window if you're in front of it. Remember how that worked? Yeah, there you go. So you didn't want love, you just wanted something.
I'm in a robe.
In a robe. I used to have a robe, but I never used it. Where's my wedding ring? Oh man. Fuck that. Let me get my wedding ring. I was cleaning, so I took it off. Doing the dishes. My wife's the main breadwinner, so I do the chores around the house, and that's how we do it. Because she doesn't need to come up to a dirty fucking house.
I never take mine off ever.
Mine's just on too loose, and I'm afraid I'm going to lose it, like I did my last one. So I keep it on for important things, though. All right. So the pros and cons. Now you two may have known this because earlier I said we're going to talk about the pros and cons of hitchhiking. Do we know who? Anyone? Roger Waters. It was
Roger Waters.
It was his first album after Pink Floyd, and it sucked. All right. Because he was sober. Welcome to the Daily Trudge. Roger Waters still sober to this day. Welcome. He tried to build the wall. He failed. If you're here, please say hello, whether you're watching the live or the rewatch. I remember when that album came out, I was actually at St. Luke's in rehab. And that kind of reminded me yesterday because we're looking at this new rehab to be in a hospital. That's where they all used to be. All rehabs used to be at the hospitals, and the hospitals had what we called the drunk ward. Yeah.
Yep.
So we're going to go back to that. Okay. So because I'm not a big day counter, so I figured that I got to be a little open, more minded on this because for some people, day counting might be helping. So I figured we bring up the pros and cons of it and I just
What do you
grab
do?
this so I can remain neutral.
What do you
Yeah,
define as a day counter?
I have 1,000 days today. I have 2 years, 4 months, and 13 days. That's it.
Hi,
That's day
Amber.
to me. Good morning, Amber. Day counting often used in the context of tracking sobriety or a new habit, which is good. Can have pros like providing motivation and sense of achievement by visualizing progress. But the cons include potential for anxiety, pressure, and focus on quantity over quality, potentially leading to setbacks if a relapse occurs and the count resets. It's important to consider individual needs and whether counting days is a helpful tool for your situation. And that's why I did it this way, because I think I need to learn a little bit better on why other people are day counting. Because if it's helping, then I need to support it. But let's find out if it's right or not. Pros of day count: motivation. I can see that. Seeing a growing number of days can be a strong motivator to stay on track and reach goals, especially in the early stages of sobriety. Yeah, I can go for that. That's why we hand out 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, you know. And I think maybe in the beginning, it is a big help because getting 30 days of sobriety is a big, 30 days is longer than 8 years. And we understand that,
I,
you know.
I think I think we do that for the newcomers
Yeah.
as a form of encouragement to keep on going. Hence why when I came in, they didn't even have 24-hour chips.
No.
And then all of a sudden, I saw an 18-month chip. And I was like,
Yeah.
"What's this?"
That happened around 2000. Yeah.
And now they got one for every month, but it's during that first year.
I agree during that first year. But if you notice, it kind of cuts back. So you get one at 30 days, 60, because everything in AA is in sets of threes. So, but it seems to be, I've noticed that anyway. So, you have 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, and then you have to wait 3 months. And then you get your 6 month. Then you have to wait 3 months. Then you get your 9 months. Then you have to wait 3 months. Then you get your 1 year. Now your ass belongs to AA and you got to wait a year. That's what, but I can see the motivation in the beginning when you get that 30-day chip and you're just like, fuck, I earned this. And it's a big deal to us, man.
Chris, what's your birthday?
Yeah, Chris.
If you want to know how many days, let me know.
Yeah. So Chris, tell us your your date, your
I'll look it
sober
up.
date, and we will get you your day count. I'd make an order. Somebody asked for 1,000. Yeah, at the same time, that can be fucking exciting. 1,000 days is a good solid number, So yeah, if we can support somebody that way, then that's it. Yeah. See, a balance in there. I love the fact that we're celebrating. I love it, but we got to celebrate what's right. Right. So if we can't use time as our success every day is what I go for.
But it's one day at a time, and I think that's what they're keying off of.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I mean, when I wish somebody happy birthday in the group, I say, let's just take the number 15 years. I say, hey, congratulations on your 50 years of ODATs.
April what, Chris? April what? And hi, Chris. Hi, everybody. And I'm trying to get, when we talk, it is hard to get to these. So I've just been posting them up for you. Progress tracking.
Okay, hold on. I'll be right back.
Okay, I'm still here. Provides a concrete way to measure progress and visualize the distance covered since starting a new habit. If you haven't settled your past, this is a bad idea. Yeah, we can look back and see how far we've come. what I would suggest in place of that, if that doesn't work for you, is go to the promises in the big book. Okay, 3rd step promises, 9th step promises, 12th step promises, and change the pronoun to I and me. And that will also help you track your progress. That will also help you track your progress. All right.
Chris,
The answer is Daryl. Give it to us.
14,026 days.
Wow.
It's a lot of ODATs, bro.
There we go. And here's a good one. Sense of accomplishment. Reaching milestones. Okay, but reaching a milestone is different than day counting. That's different. So reaching a milestone like significant day counts can provide a feeling of achievement and boost self-esteem. Yeah. But what we can't rely on is that time being the success for us, because I find that being resting on my laurels. I'm talking about me, not everybody else in that situation. Now, this one I absolutely agree with. Sharing accountability. But we can do accountability different ways. That's the thing. Sharing your account with others can provide social support and encouragement to stay committed. They missed one, though. They missed one. What about when you say to somebody your day count, like, hey, I made it 1 year. 1 year is a big thing in AA. Not as big as 30 days, but 1 year is a moniker. It doesn't say anything about the pro of sharing that with other people and giving people hope. A day count can do that. Hey, that guy got 30 days and he's fucked up. I can do this. That's what goes through our minds in the beginning. And if it works, man. That's okay. So some good things on I don't entirely agree, but it's not for me to agree. It's for me to educate. All right. Cons of day counting, and this is what happened to me. Focusing too heavily on the count can create unnecessary pressure and anxiety, especially if a slip up occurs and the count resets. That's what messed me up. And I stopped counting. My wife told me when I had 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, and I would collect my chips, but I would not memorize it until I was 2 years sober. When I was 2 years sober, I memorized it because I got tired of writing my fucking date in my book in pencil. I got tired of it. I kept writing my date in pencil because I didn't believe in me. I knew it wasn't true.
I never counted days. Even in that first year, I knew on what day I would have 30 days, on what day I would have 6 months, on that kind of thing. But I'm not a day, unless somebody says how many days you got, and then I've got to go to the calculator.
Yeah.
I'm just not that guy.
Well, this is what it felt like to me. I felt like I was getting out of jail. I felt like I was counting down the days to get out of jail again, and it triggered me. So I couldn't do it, man. It had this calendar marking. Well, I was locked up a lot from the time I was 14 to, and so I did a lot of day counting to get out. So yeah, it was a lot of pressure for me.
I have to be careful what I say here because this goes public. But when I got my notice from the parole board, I counted days. The other time I counted days was, and it was days down was my separation from the Navy type of day, or
sure,
how many days left to go on this cruise, blah 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 type things, because we used to say, like when you got to 99 days, it was 2-digit midget. And how people would ask you, how short are you?
Yeah.
I'm 30 days short. I'm 29 days in a wake up short.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. But
yeah, I understand that. Here's the one that I see a lot and I get it because I'm also a person where I didn't know how to get attention the proper way. And that comes back to emotional sobriety and the manipulation. Okay. Obsessive focus can lead to a fixation on the number rather than the quality of the day, potentially neglecting other aspects of recovery or healthy habits. This is the main one I see. You know, you woke up, oh, I have 1,000 days today. I don't need to help another alcoholic. I don't need to give it away. I don't need to go to a meet. See, now this success is actually turning against me because I think I have made it. And what does it turn into almost always? A lurking notion. Turns into a lurking notion. Some people have it in their head, hey, if I get this amount of days, I can drink again. Or going online and saying, it's when the number's just off. It doesn't fit, right? Like we did it for, I'm just going to use this. We did this for Chris, so he knows how many days. But if somebody went online and said, I had 14,026 days, I'd say, and who did you help today? Because I don't give a fuck. I don't care. No, because what are we doing here? Are we going for some time, or are we going for some quality here?
I do that with my years too. It's like I got a few years, but it's like, and what did you do today?
Yeah.
I just, it is what it is. I have what I have, but every day is a new day. I get a new set of 24s at midnight every motherfucking day.
Yeah. Yeah, I go to bed a recovered alcoholic and I wake up a drunk.
Yeah.
And it happens over and over and over again. Now, that doesn't mean I don't, of course I want to support, but what are we going after? So relapse trigger. I talked about that a little bit. If relapse occurs and the account resets, it can be discouraged and potentially lead to further setbacks. Yeah, resetting.
It should be discouraging. If it's not discouraging, I'm gonna wonder how you're doing.
Yeah.
Because if that doesn't bug you, then something is not good.
Oh, there we go. I like this, Leisure. Part of it is not counting days, but making days count. There you go.
Bam.
Nice little quip there, brother. I like that. Thank you. Yeah, you're right. It does. It is that way, and it's that way for a reason. Like the detox that we're going to bring in. If you think it's going to be all nice and pretty and everything, no, it's going to be stale. But it's going to be safe. Detox shouldn't be a fun place. That's not
writing that down.
It's not there for fucking entertainment. It is there because we don't want you to come back as a client. We don't want you to. Jail. It is not enjoyable for a fucking reason. Unless, of course, you go to Florida, right? But, I don't know. After being at Jefferson County for a while, they have their own turkey farm and you eat a lot of turkey. Not a holistic measure. Counting days alone doesn't necessarily reflect the depth of change or overall well-being. Yeah. And that's not going to take it into consideration. It's going to be, I made it 100 days. Yay. You're going to get your endorphins. You're going to get your shot of happiness for the day. And then the Band-Aid's over. At the end of the day, it's not going to, you're not going to be able to even up that account. You're not going to be able to, it's going to be a little lopsided. So, those are the different pros and cons of that. I'm only going to go about 5, maybe 10 more minutes here because I'm going to head to the noon meeting. Important considerations, and I'm glad that they did this. Whether day counting is beneficial depends entirely on the individual and their specific situation, and I can agree with that. Some people, it's harder. It's harder, but instead of giving encouragement on days, maybe let's give encouragement on other actions, right? Jimmy says, and hi, Jimmy. Good to see you, brother. When I came in 1983, they didn't have day counts. I just picked up my yearly medallion and take it one day at a time. Look at that. And Jimmy, will you let us know what year you came in to kind of give us a reference on that? See, see how AA has changed to fit the needs of people. So
he said 83.
What you wanted, but don't abuse it. What were you saying, Daryl? I'm sorry.
He said he came in 83.
Oh, hello, Dion. Jimmy, when did you come in again? Can you just rephrase that for me?
1983.
Same as it ever was. I call that a dunk dunk whoosh. It goes dunk
Same
dunk.
as it ever was.
All right. So individuals. So let's be encouraging. Maybe somebody's day counting. If that's their thing, then bring up something else that they're doing. Maybe shift that focus to something else that they're doing that's good. They will get more out of you. We all know here you're going to get more joy. You're going to get more serenity, and happiness is going to be a byproduct just by helping somebody else, just by getting out of yourself for a little bit. But when we're focused on our day count, who are we focused on? Me. Well, that's the wrong focus. Look how high I can jump. That's when it's wrong. All right. Professional guidance. Consult with a therapist or addiction specialist to determine if day counting is appropriate strategy for your recovery journey. I agree with that. Yeah, get a second opinion, man. Get a second opinion. It's just, yeah, you're right, Leisure. It's about throwing humility in there at the same time. Yeah. And understanding that quality is better than quantity, because we're not all sick on the same day. And that's true for everyone in AA. We all have hard days. It's how we work, right? Focus on quality. If using day counting, prioritize the quality of your days and focus on building sustainable, healthy habits just beyond just the number. Okay. Now, it was given to us a lot simpler by Leisure. They just said this. And this is why we talk about it, so we can simplify it, because they said it, but it was all clinical. But it's not counting days, but making days count is what they said. Maybe readjust the priorities. I have 7,233 days. Okay. Are you sponsoring?
When did this become a thing? It's like this is a new thing that I've come across lately. It's like I never really heard of day counting before.
It didn't really happen until the internet came on, and I'm a point a finger here. It's everything AA. It's the app Everything AA that everybody's on. It's a good app for some things, but it needs to be used appropriate. I have it, but I didn't put my date in there because I don't give a fuck how many days I have. I just don't care. Today's Friday, hopefully, because I'm doing Friday stuff. I completely missed Thursday because I thought Wednesday was Wednesday 2 days in a row. But there again, it's kind of individual. Day counting's become a thing, and it's almost like a brag. And if we're in competition about days, then we're really in the wrong. Then we are far off the beam. That'd be kind of like telling me and Daryl sitting down, and instead of getting to any solution, we sat here and just told our war stories and how horrible we were and everything else. And we tried to top each other with our war stories.
Yeah, can you top this? I can't stand that game.
Yeah. And day counting here's the thing. The people that are doing it incorrectly are not in a 12-step group. When you're in a 12-step group, it becomes different. It does. So, because the only place I really see it is online, where people support it. Well, if you support it and then you don't give them the right, hey, I'm proud of you, but what are you doing today? Good right. For you.
That's the bottom line.
It's like, I brushed my teeth today. Oh, well, great job. See, we don't get accolades for taking out the trash. It's not, we can't do that. Anything that comforts the alcoholic or makes the recovery road easier for the alcoholic is no good. We cannot appease. We cannot, it's the difference like letting a newcomer coming in and they tell what's going on, and somebody comes along, pats them on the head and goes, oh, everything's all right. No, it's not. Hey, You know
It's,
what?
it's,
I know you're going through things, but we have a solution for that. Fuck you, leisure.
but I mean, it's what Leisure said. It's like, it's not about counting the days. It's about making today count.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I mean, that's the bottom
I agree
line.
with that. Yeah. See, that's a landing place that we can all agree on, whether we're counting days or not, right? So, does it matter that there's pros and cons to day counting? No. What it comes down to is what are we doing? What are we going to do with the time that we have? You know, because we've been given another chance. And if, this is my third chance, okay, of a great life, actually, second chance of a great life, right? I don't want to blow it this time, man, because I didn't think God was going to take me back. That was my biggest fear. And that's just pride in reverse. That's just an excuse not to get close to God.
I had a sponsee one time, and he was, I don't know, maybe a little over 90 days. He saw a kid get off of a school bus and drop and have a seizure.
Oh,
And he slammed on his brakes, pulled over, and helped that kid.
yeah.
It's like, that's a day.
Yeah. Yeah. And you can count that day.
And you count that
Absolutely.
day.
Yeah. Well, and I get that too, brother. Yeah. I do tell people so that they know that it works on my birthday.
On my birthday.
I can also be the example and do it that way too. But all we were discussing, none of this is right or wrong. What we're discussing is how we approach people. See, leisure might be a little different, and none of that is wrong because sometimes these people need to be approached. Now, here's your sign. I always get drunk at. I always get drunk, whenever I hit like 30, 60, 90 days, see the excitement hits and it's over with. It's over with. All right. Things like a lot of times people go out right before their 1 year because a few days before, like a week before your 1 year, you're going to flash back on everything that's ever fucking happened in your life. And it's going to be very uncomfortable. It's a spiritual awakening. And some of us don't make it to that year. Sometimes that year scares the fuck out of us. So I was a chronic relapser and time was kind of it. So I stopped counting time and it worked for me. So, but that's my experience. So
I was a chronic relapser in the beginning. But I just don't, like I said, I love what Leisure said. I'm stealing that, and I'm actually going to post that, and I'm going to make a meme about that.
What? We'll put it on Instagram so Leisure can see it. So he's an Instagram guy. So, all right. Well, about 18 minutes. Not that I'm counting to the meeting. I thought that was a good joke. Very bad dad joke, but hey, it worked. So I almost worked this morning and then I stopped. So I was gonna send. I'm like, just a quick email. I'm like, no, Dion, it's working. No. It's about the opiate stuff. We're invited to be on and determine where the opiate money is going to be going. Also, the abatement money. Yeah.
The abatement money.
Yeah. That's in our hands now too. There's a lot of things in our hands. Legislation.
It's like, how about to the general fund so it helps?
Well,
just throw it in the bucket. We need to get this for this room. We need to get that for that department. Blah blah blah. Whatever.
That's why she sent it. I sent you the email, bro. It's in the email.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
You forwarded it
She was
to me.
even saying she has funds put aside for what we're looking at. Okay? Yeah. It's cool.
That is so huge, man. It's like, I don't know how many rooms are in that thing, but there's a ton.
5 years ago, a thought occurred to me, and it was a resource center. It was just one big resource center. And when I went to work at Aurora Mental Health, they were actually going to help me put a resource center together on their new They're building a whole new campus, and there was going to be a resource center there, and it was going to be mine. So this hospital is just God's way of saying yes.
I
I've been
wonder,
working
just
on this a long time, and it's
do they still have the state hospital in Pueblo?
the only thing I know of. And the state hospital may be there, but I know that Fort Lyon was is the big thing down there. But it's
Well, they used
government.
to have, because they had a 90-day treatment center, 90-day treatment program
Okay,
years ago. I don't know if it still exists.
probably not then. Anything we all need to understand that Colorado is dead last. When it comes to recovery, we're dead last. So if you think you're going to find resources or anything that's halfway decent, you're not. You just won't. It all leads back to the same. If you go here and ask for help, it leads back to the same people always.
I have
It
to
is
find you on
it
Instagram
turns that
first,
out.
Leader.
So I've been cutting those links off, and now they're
Yeah.
just not getting phone calls anymore. So now we have to be proactive and start putting this stuff up, because in the next 6 months, that shit's going away, and we're going to have a lot of people that need fucking help. And if we're not ready, then people will fall through the fucking cracks, and I will not allow that to happen. No. So, but God will
Leisure.
take care of it. He isn't going to bring us this far and be like, okay, well, good luck. God's got this, so I'm not worried about it anymore.
Right. No, that's huge. Just what we got. I was just wondering. It's like as this thing grows, it's going to get its own name. It's going to become its own deal, and people are going to hear about it. Not just it's just something random thoughts going through an ADD brain.
Yeah, no, our goal is to become the best of the best. We're going to be the new example for Colorado, and it's going to work. Now, Adams County has a reputation for being the worst county. We're going to become the best, and I'm going to tell you, Adams County behavioral health is full of a lot of great people, really good people. They have servants' hearts, and they're bending over backwards because they are being affected by this also. They're being affected by everybody is affected by drugs and alcohol. Okay.
Right.
Because of opiates and fentanyl. Okay. So there's the pain. Now that we have the pain, now we can make change. Now we can make change. So, yeah. All right.
Leisure. When I searched, just off topic, when I searched for you, I couldn't find you. Look for me, Daryl 2461.
Yeah. I'm not
And
sure. I think he might be under Scott Leisure on there. Let me look for you. I don't even know how to fucking look people up on this. Okay, he's written me. Yeah, it's just under Scott Leisure.
okay.
Yeah. So, and it's got his pretty little mug on there. So I'm Leisure. I'm gonna give you so much shit, dude. I've known Leisure a long time. So, all right, thank you, everybody. I appreciate it. I'm sure I'll be back a little bit later in between my cleaning and shit. So
Probably see you at the nooner.
yeah, I'm gonna go to the nooner. I love you.
Love you, brother. Talk to you later. But bye, guys.